That man died in the Great Wave, but you have aroused my curiosity. So, where is this place? Information like that is well worth the batteries you need.
A few hours ago, I found a way to get into the medical center you told me about in the outskirts of the city. It's much bigger than it looks like from the outside, and it uses enormous generators to power its electrical system. They're storing hundreds of barrels of fuel in a huge depot, which is hidden behind a fence that goes all the way around the compound. It's invisible from the outside.
Yeah, and I suppose you brought those hundreds of barrels to the camp to bargain with me.
No, but I do have the key that will let you and your men get them out of there without raising suspicion. It's a vehicle pass for entering the compound, stamped by the army.
That's a very interesting story, dude. I'll have to do some checking, but it sounds promising. Now, if what you're saying is true, you're going to make one weary old bear very happy. But if you're lying, I'll find you wherever you try to hide, and I'll maul you with my paws right on the spot.
So you'll give me the batteries in exchange for the ID?
Deal. The ID is now mine. Here are the batteries you asked for.
Okay, let's see it. Huh, it works. But what do we have here? It's a list with hundreds. It's the device the cleanup brigade. It looks like some satellites are actually I just have to enter an address, and this screen will show me where it is.
Y ahora sí. Bien, coge. Mezclalo con el cositito.
Hey, Mark. I've been thinking about it, and now it's my turn to propose a deal to you.
A deal?
Yeah, listen. Me and my boys don't like leaving the camp any more than we have to. We're a bit too well known and sought after by the pigs out there, if you get my drift.
I see.
All that talk about the medical center, the fuel and the ID got me curious. I need to get the lay of the land to check out some things and work out a plan. But I can't expose myself. It would look very suspicious if I were to be seen poking around out there.
Of course. And what do you need from me?
Bring us enough information about that depot for us to make a plan. I'm talking diagrams, coordinates, maps, or better yet, a photo. Bring back what I'm asking for, and I'll give you whatever you want in return. What is it you need, dude?
La tercera.
¿Vos estás seguro?
¿Y la primera y la segunda de qué te sirve?
Do you know the trailer where Rod Atkinson and his wife live?
Yes, of course. I know Rod, that hypocritical busybody. He still thinks that with his old world morality, he can save everyone in the camp. He's a real pain in the ass, dude.
They have a young son, Colin. I can't tell you why, but I need to be alone with the kid, just for a few minutes. You have to make a commotion outside to keep Rod and his wife distracted long enough. Keep them busy for a few minutes. Find any excuse, but I need time alone with that boy.
You never cease to amaze me, Mike. I don't know what you've got in mind, but it's none of my business. Bring me the information I asked you for. Bring me that photo of the fuel depot of the hospital, and I promise you'll have all the time you need to do whatever it is you want to do with that boy. And my complete discretion, of course.
I don't know what idea is percolating in the hunter's sick mind right now, but I have to play along to avoid having to explain anything. I gotta make sure he doesn't find out about the boy's illness. Deal. But nobody gets hurt, okay?
Bring me that photograph of the fuel depot at the hospital, and we'll do whatever's strictly necessary.
Nos vimos.
Listo. Una foto. ¿Cómo carajo le consigo una foto?
Okay, let's enter the address shown on the card from Beechwood Oracle, 24 Mametz Wood Street. The map shows me a place near downtown. Let's go have a look.
Opa. La zona muerta.
Soldado hueso.
Soldado flaco.
No flaco.
In the old world, this building would have already been condemned and demolished as a ruin. But in the new world, it's gotta be one of the best preserved I've seen in the city.
Tenés 3 puertas, digamos. A la izquierda, para acá y...
In better times, they must have been overflowing with literature. Now they look like the aftermath of one of those book burnings in the old days that maybe aren't as distant as they seem. In better times, now that maybe
Había algo igual
burnt
para...
paper. The whole place is full of it. Hey, wait! One of these posters has a photograph of Reverend Blake on it. The Beechwood Oracle Bookstore invites you to a reading of The Annihilation of Time, where you can meet the book's author, Edward Blake. That explains why that deranged preacher had the card from this place in his pocket. On the other hand, I no longer have the slightest doubt as to the name of this establishment. I don't have a good feeling about the deep red of the cover. I'm not going to take one.
Buah.
Logo rojo oscuro.
O sea, tengo que mover
The
el
screen
monitor
doesn't
para
look any
poder
better
ver.
than the rest of the place. The fire turned it into a blob of plastic and glass, and there's nothing left of the computer it was connected to. No, computers are deployed when the hardware you're trying to use got wrecked in the Great Wave. The sign says, emergency. Well, it seems that in spite of the warning, I don't think I'm going. The sign says, emergency exit, Beechwood Oracle Bookstore. Do not block. Well, it seems that in spite of the warning, this door doesn't look like it's going to be complicated to open this door with a crowbar. Done.
Vamos.
It doesn't look like it's...
¿Algo más?
No. Muy bien.
No.
Míralo arriba el pibe.
Hey, wait a minute! Who the hell's over there?
¿Qué te importa?
I don't see anything.
Look at that building! I saw something moving in that shadow
No
on
te
that
voy a levantar las
wall!
I
luces.
think you're a little paranoid tonight. I told you to relax. Come on, take a deep breath.
Shut up! I bet it was one of those cats! All this is because of those pestilent beasts that have been bothering us since we got here. I couldn't stand them!
I better not let those two psychopaths down there see me. I should be very careful.
Bueno.
Con que vas a romper la luz, no sé. Pero...
Es una buena pregunta. Me quiero la palanca.
Vienen unos clavos.
Those two pigs seem to be watching that entrance. They probably pumped me full of before I got a chance at... Following its trail, I see that's where the cable that crosses the street ends. The one with the 3 streetlights hanging from it. One of the guards is resting his foot on it.
Hey you! What are you doing here? Didn't you hear the curfew warning?
Relax. Look at his wrist. He's got a mole bracelet.
So you're one of those domesticated rats? You people disgust me. At least the rest of the worms at the camp have some dignity. But you guys, the moles, you're nothing more than a pack of treacherous stool pigeons.
No doubt, I have a great paragon of dignity before me. My hatred for these pigs has only grown. And more so since the incident at the camp entrance with the mole's children. Ruthless bastards. I just want to ask you guys a few questions.
Te das cuenta que el gordo es re hater, no me vas a acordar.
El pelado.
Oh, no. No. Ya.
So how's the night going?
Very quiet, except for a shooting at the entrance to the city a few hours
there.
ago. I think someone tried to steal some food. And when that happens, you have to act decisively. That's our duty.
It would be a fantastic night if it wasn't for those revolting cats. This damn neighborhood is infested with them.
No le gustan los gatos.
My partner doesn't like cats, and tonight they've been howling non-stop since we started our rounds.
Filthy creatures, dirty and pestilent. They are to blame for everything.
Y después tenés una lata de comida para...
Do you know what the establishment was before the Great Wave?
I can't say I do. I lived on the other side of town, but judging from what's left, I'd say it looks like it was a bookstore. Looks like it burned down to the ground after the Great Wave.
Well, I for one am glad that nest of bookworms was destroyed. I never liked books. They always were a total waste of
Hey,
time.
Diosito.
Is that right? At first glance, I would have taken you for someone with refined literary tastes.
I think that description fits you to a T.
Watch your mouth, you dirty rat! And don't think that bracelet would protect you. I could blow your head off without batting an eyelid. Don't forget who's in charge here.
Why are you posted here?
Just following orders. Rat, we're here to
Oh, Dios.
protect and serve the inhabitants of this city. That's our mission.
Yes, I can see how the people feel much safer with you around.
We're doing our nightly rounds, and we have orders to keep a particular eye on this neighborhood.
And why this neighborhood in particular?
Well, as you can see, this area of the city was left almost intact after the Great Wave. It was kind of a miracle. Most of the homes and businesses are still standing, so burglary attempts are pretty popular. If there's anything left in the city worth guarding, it's here.
You ask a lot of questions. Have you come to steal something, rat?
No, of course not. With officers of the law like you, I'd never dare do anything like that.
I wouldn't provoke my partner too much if I were you. He's plenty jumpy today, and he's sometimes rather unpredictable.
And as for you, blabbermouth, I'd watch my tongue if I were you. How I am is nobody's business. And you, get back to your nest, rat.
I won't bother you anymore. Keep up the good work.
Es Yancito.
La definición y el sitio.
Great idea. Should I just ask the animals in uniform to please get away from the panel so I can poke around in there?
Y podrías.
3 huge lights struggle to illuminate everything they can with their precarious electrical system. They actually seem to create more shadows than light.
Bueno. Tienes que poner una lata para que vaya un gato, para que el negro o el gordo vaya. Y anda a saber qué hacemos con el
It
plato.
reigns over the building, with its crown of twisted antennas and broken air conditioners. On the rim, there's a shiny object. Although at this distance, I can't make out what it is.
Me ahogué.
Tranquilo, tranquilo. No te me muero, boludo. Uy. Estás solo en casa, acuérdate que si te ahogas, chavo,
Ah. ¿Qué?
que estás solo en casa. Si te ahogas, sos pollo. Que vayas Levi ahí a...
The sign at the entrance to the Beechwood Oracle bookstore,
Uf.
as blackened and damaged as the rest of the establishment.
Uy.
They crisscross the building facade from top to bottom. And from what I've seen, this system of staircases is used only on the oldest buildings in the city.
Hay algo brillante arriba, tienes razón. Pero... Ahí está. Ah, no sé qué es. ¿Y cómo rompo?
More of the shattered glass that constitutes the window dressing of most of the city's stores. Despite the thickness of the glass, the Great Wave must have crushed it like paper.
Mmm...
In the old world, this is
Tienes que sacar sí o sí eso. De los gordis. Ah, mira.
Mira. Ah, ratas. Hay una rata. Oh.
judging from the traces of food, I'd say that this can was being used as a bowl to feed stray cats. In a city of ruins, only someone acquainted with one of these animal lovers knows that they're capable of things like this, and much more. I could use the electrical tape to hold something to this object. Adding electrical tape to this wouldn't do any good. I don't think doing this would... Since it's made of wood, I can use the nails to attach something to it. But what? The can is too small to put that inside. Better not. Since it's made... This plastic bag is designed to hold the remains of...
¿Qué puedo meter acá?
I could use the electrical tape to... Why would I want to do something like... I can carry these nails as they are.
Amigo,
¿Qué?
lo encontré.
¿Qué?
¿Qué comen los gatos?
¿Atún?
Sí.
Entonces,
Sí.
¿y ratas?
¿Dónde hay atún? ¿Dónde hay atún acá?
What was formerly the entrance to a subway stop. I imagine...
¿Qué?
¿Dónde hay atún? Que no lo podemos agarrar.
¡Ah!
El pescado de mierda.
Oh.
Le encontramos la huella. Esos peces chotos, boludo. Mira.
Very good, very good.
Okay. I'll use the can to avoid touching those disgusting fish with my hands.
Se van a intoxicar los gatos con ese pescado.
No me importa. ¿Podrás poner el coso ahí o tal vez necesitas ponerlo en la caja? Yo qué sé. Para que vaya todo. El gatiño.
I filled the empty can with the rotten fish. It stinks. No, the fish would fall through the cracks between the wooden slats. These fish
A
are
ver si deja
rotten.
ponerlo así de uno en el piso. No sé, no creo, pero... ¿Y dónde estaba puesta? Mira. Subí.
Nada, y ahora se van a dar vuelta.
Para los gatos. Mediancito. Que creo que son los gatos.
There you are, you mangy beasts! So you dared to come out, did you? Now I've got you!
Tum, 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 tum.
Ow!
Uy. Mediancito.
Goddamn revolting cats! Sooner or later I'll get each and every last one of you! I promise you!
Don't get mad. Your technique's improving. You almost got one this time.
Shut up!
Cajita.
Now I get it. This is the system that controls the amount of current that reaches each of the streetlights.
O lo ponemos muy bajo o lo ponemos muy alto.
Muy alto.
Porque la del medio. La del medio, falta.
Ya.
No, me falta uno más. Medio, uno más. Ahí. Efectivamente.
What the shit? Why does nothing work right in this filthy city?
Looks like a
que está el
voltage
pelotudo ahí.
surge. Suppose you think the cats are to blame.
Shut your mouth or I'll shut it for you! I'm not letting those flea-bitten beasts out of my sight! No chance, mate!
Rápido.
Hecho, me voy a comer.
¡No! Bueno, dale.
Ajá.
Justo. Bueno.
Dios.